Well, it doesn't really seem like I don't know, the easy way of living, but I think it's kind of fun. Welcome to the superpilotish channel. My name's Graham Wilson, and today in my basement, I'm going to be telling you uh, why do people go camping? Why I go camping? I went camping. I couldn't think of anything else to talk about, so I'll just talk about my weekend. Yeah, so hey, Corey, welcome to the show. And yeah, so I would say that the biggest thing about this past weekend that I noticed, I went to Wheatley Provincial Park, which is not too far from where I am in Windsor, Ontario. Hey, nefarious. And it's good. It's probably my favorite go-to provincial park because well, it's close and it's all deciduous forest, which in Canada you don't usually get too many provincial or national parks that have deciduous forests. It's usually coniferous, pine trees and stuff like that. So it's really nice. The leaves are just kind of starting to change right now. And this time of year, there's no mosquitoes. So that's a great time to go camping. And the kids are all back in school. So a few little less screaming kids around, but there was a few having fun. And yeah, so the biggest thing I noticed this time, and I don't know why I hadn't noticed it before, and oh hey Al, was that usually in the morning you go camping and the birds kind of wake you up, especially in the springtime. Around here, there's a lot of bird migration that goes through this part of southwestern Ontario on their way down to, just like all the rest of the snowbirds going to Florida for the winter. Oh, hey, Ranch. And so it was weird this time that I noticed that there was no birds in the morning. And I'm like, am I losing my mind? I'm losing my mind, man. But I never know. I've been camping in September at that exact same park before and other parks around. And I never really noticed that, yeah, they're kind of gone. Now, I don't know if they migrated a bit earlier this year or not, but there was hardly any birds even during the daytime. And it's like, I thought I heard a woodpecker, but it turned out to be a blue jay. Yeah, I always get those mixed up. The woodpecker and the blue jay. Their chirps or squawks or whatever are just about the same. And we got a woodpecker that lives in the neighborhood, and I don't know, maybe he scares away all the all of the blue jays. You don't see too many around. And then a couple other little tiny birds. I couldn't identify what they were because they were kind of high up in the tree. Some little, they looked really small, like almost like a finch or something, maybe smaller than a finch. But anyways, so that was the biggest thing that blew my mind this weekend that I had never noticed at this time of year. Birds are all gone south. Like it's just like, how old am I now? And I never noticed it until now. So that kind of gets to what I'll be talking about a little bit more. And hey, none your business. Welcome to the show. So I thought now usually when I go camping, it's kind of like I'm unplugging from the matrix. Whoa, you know, I've never used them before, and so I don't know. I just don't bring a computer with me or anything. But this time I thought, okay, I'm gonna bring my phone and I have data on my phone now. Like this is total old man Luddite talking. But it's like, how do kids these days use their phones for their Instagrams and their YouTubes and everything? And it's like, yeah, I'm gonna spend some time, sit in my little fold up Canada chair and have a cold one and just scan my phone like everybody does. Well, I did that for like about a minute. I'm sitting in this chair. All right, I'm gonna get this phone. Here we go. And or left-handed maybe. And then it's like, what can I do on this YouTube's? And there's like advertisement. I'm like, what? I don't really get advertisements and stuff like that on my computer because I got all my privacy and ad block and flash block and block all blocked off here. And it's pretty it's a nice user experience with no ads when I do it. But I'm on the phone and I'm like, this is just annoying, man. Why do people do this? And I'm like, okay, the next one. So there was actually, you know what? I should start recording this on a whiteboard. That's what I'll do. We'll get the whiteboard out. I got to reach all the way over here. Okay, I'll use my secondary crapola whiteboard here. It's not crap. It's just a kind of dollar store special. All right, so I'll call this the camping recap. Here we go. Camping recap. Okay, number one was the weird birds. So I think in the future, I don't know, maybe I'm going to try to. I don't even know if you can pay attention to birds more or less, but I'm kind of curious now about that. All right, and so our number two thing, the YouTube fail. Yeah, YouTube. There we go. We got the birds, we got the YouTube fail. And it's just like, I don't know. I see people on their phones when they're camping and stuff, and it just seems wrong or something. Maybe I'm just old. Anyways, what else we got here? Oh, another thing too. So then I went on to the good old X, formerly known as the artist known as Twitter. And then I was thinking, oh, here I could be, away from my home studio in the basement, and I could do something with my phone and do spaces or upload video or do whatever. And the best I can figure out how to do is just like share a picture and upload it, put a little comment. So I did a couple of those on my X, Twitter X, and so it's just like, oh wow, this sucks. I just said like, okay, so much for spending all my time trying to experiment with technology. I just threw it in the car. So anyways, and then okay, what else we got here? Oh, and then of course, one of my favorite reasons I get to go camping is because I get to light stuff on fire. It's just awesome. It's like I did a video like years ago on how to start a campfire. I think I took it. It's really bad kind of video quality and stuff like that. But I mean, I had a fun time doing it. And my camera person back then was my girlfriend, who is still here. And it was like she was watching me how I light my fire. And it's I light my fires different than she lights her campfire. So lighting fires is awesome. And I always think it's like, you get camping and you start thinking like the pilot in me thinks, okay, if I'm stranded, I crash my plane in the bush, will I be able to start a fire and save the day and cook a squirrel I hit over the head with a rock or something, right? Just like they do in the movies. But yeah, so so the way I'll show you guys how I start my fire, just as a little recap. Okay, and this is a fire. This is a method I discovered years ago when I was camping with my brother out in Saskatchewan. And they had cut a whole bunch of diseased wood out of the forest and they piled it up. There was mounds and mounds and mounds of logs there. And it was like, free firewood, boys. And I'm like, free wood? Are you kidding me? So anyways, we loaded up the van, stuck it all in the back. I'm just burning wood. They had these gigantic fire pits. And I just loaded it all up with wood. But I discovered the technique there that that no one ever really talks about is putting your big logs on the bottom. The conventional wisdom is you'll start with, okay, you got your little, maybe you got some paper, maybe you got some little twigs. How's that for paper and twigs? Kind of looks like some, I don't know. It's kind of like a centipede that got run over by a car or something. But anyways, yeah, there's your twigs and paper. And then you get, you'll put a little bit more bigger. You make a little teepee here. And then as it goes, you get bigger and bigger logs. And you have your perfect fire. There we go. That's the conventional wisdom. I disagree. Because when you're starting off all this stuff down here, it's you're on the ground, all that heat and everything is going into the wet ground or ashes that were there before. My technique is to put things on the bottom, which I will show to you. I'm not going to light any fires in my basement here, but I'll just do a little diagram. You might have seen this, you might not have seen it. I have never seen it anywhere except for me, because I discovered it in Saskatchewan because there was free wood and I stuck a bunch of big stuff on the bottom. So let's just say you got your logs. There we go. Looks like a Fred Flintstone car almost. There you go. There's your great big logs. You got them on the bottom. They might be split up into, maybe you got a few there that are split up. They're on weird angles. There we go. Something like that. Okay, you got these weird looking logs. Okay, that's fine. Now what you do is you make yourself a little log cabin. So that's the general. There's the two kind of ways that a lot of people make fires, is the idea of making the log cabin or making the teepee. So here we go. We're going to make our log cabin. And you get your wood. And here. And this could be sticks. It could be, how's my engineer drawing going to do here? I don't know. And there we go. Is that the best looking log cabin in the world or what? But yeah, so you got like, you'll have two on the bottom here, and then 90 degrees to that, two here. And, same thing, just like a log cabin going on the ends there. Then in the middle here, or actually what you could do is you'll get corrugated cardboard, works the best. Newspaper is pretty good too. I find for starting a fire, anything that's like not newspaper or corrugated cardboard doesn't work that great. If you're just like regular, I don't know, some kind of plasticky kind of covered flyers that you get in the paper, or I don't know, maybe like a beer can case or something like that that's just kind of plasticky coated. That stuff doesn't work at all. So what you could do is you get yourself on the sides. How would I do this here? Okay, so sticking out the sides here, you'd have, okay, we'll do this here. Hidden line, my drafting skills here. We got over here too on the other side. Okay, so we got here's like a piece of corrugated cardboard going in between, as if you were putting it right in here. And you can do that here too. Maybe you got your corrugated cardboard here and there. That's looking like a sandwich or something. I don't know. And then, so there's your fire. And then you'd put other corrugated cardboard kind of in the middle, stick it in. You could sort of make a little teepee in the middle, but don't pack it too tight because you want airflow. You light it here, light it there. Everything starts burning and going up the middle. And then you start throwing like little bits of stick or more cardboard, and everything goes in there. And your log cabin's going to start catching fire inside here and there. And then it's got lots of airflow, which is key. And then that's good. But the secret to that is you got your wood down here. So if any of these embers fall down, hang on, that's the secret sauce. The secret superpilotish sauce is that if you got any of your embers that fall down here, they just kind of sit here and smolder. There we go. So all those little smoldering embers, they're also going to be burning wood here. And all that heat stays, and that keeps everything going up the middle, and that helps burn everything else. After that, you can put some great big logs on there, turn it into a teepee, do whatever you want. So anyways, I made a video on that before. What is it? How to start a campfire in a provincial park or something like that. It's on my video section, but that's the idea. And that's ultimate survival technique. And so that's why camping is cool. And I go camping so I can light fires, because I can't light any fires here. My chimney isn't that great over in my house. And I can't light up fires in the backyard. It's against the bylaws. So anyways, oh, hey, Dan and Shecky, hi. Yeah, so that was it for that. But the other thing that I would say mostly, okay, so that was starting fires there. And so my girlfriend, she was watching me do that, and then she said, hey, I want to try that. And so it's kind of cool that one of the other things that, why do you want to go camping? For me, you can kind of put whatever is in your life, and that comes with you into camping. So I put on my flight instructor hat or fire instructor hat, and I was instructing her how to do the fire the super pilotish way. And so that was kind of neat. It's kind of weird, the way that you teach someone how to fly an airplane. You can use those skills for anything. So the number one thing there was that she was like, willing and able, and she wanted to try it. So it was like, okay, she's enthusiastic about it. Cool. You try to force someone, light the fire like this, they'll be like, hit the road, buddy. But if they're asking you, how do you do it? Do you do this? Little positive reinforcement. Yeah, that's perfect. Go for it. Something like that. And then so the next morning, she lit the fire, that technique, and we made some coffee. The wood was a little damp, so I had to kind of help out a little bit there too. Or the wood wasn't damp; it was the cardboard and everything was a little bit damp, so it was hard to light. But of course, you can always dump some gasoline on it too. I mean, that's kind of cheating, or lighter fluid or something. But you got to do it. You got to utilize your survival skills. And so that's cool. Well, let's do that. Number 4, fire, both the instruction of fire and destruction of fire. So destroying wood. Oh, hey, Dustin. And yeah, so the 5th thing that was really cool about camping, I like to do these 5, YouTube 5. Hey guys, like and subscribe. I'm going to tell you 5 camping things. And of course, people from third world countries and stuff, they don't want anything to do with camping because it's like, what do you mean? I grew up in a tent. I'm not going to do that on the weekend. Are you crazy? So I spent 3 years in an immigrant camp. I'm not going back into that garbage. So what else we got here? Here we go. Just the change of scenery alone. Change of scenery. Yeah, so number 5, change of scenery. That is why camping is good. Why do you need a change of scenery every once in a while? You need it so you don't go nuts. And like, if you think about it, like it's real easy to get into the kind of the same old routine, or I go to Costco on Saturday and I do that every Saturday. And like, if you don't, it's kind of the hard thing to get out of your little comfort zone of like, okay, like it sucks to get out of your comfort zone because like it's comfortable. But if you gotta kind of force yourself to do it, if you kind of force yourself to do something that's like hard or bad, not bad, like, oh man, I know it'll be good, but it kind of sucks getting there. Anytime you do something like that, some people go to the gym and that's what they think. Going to the gym sucks. I don't go to the gym. but anyways, did a lot of walking on the weekend though. I figure I don't need to be Mr. He-Man to fly a plane or do anything. I just got to be like flexible enough, strong enough to lift a fridge or whatever, and, and not get so fat I got to get new pants. I got to keep the old gut down. But yeah, so the change of scenery, it's kind of like I don't know if it's pop psychology or real psychology or my psychology, but it's like I kind of have this theory, like whatever you throw in your head, it sticks, so it's and like I got a Velcro brain, so if I stick camping on there, it sticks. And it will, I don't know, help me remember light a fire when I need to, or or notice things, or notice that I didn't notice that the birds were gone. Like, how did I not notice that? So I don't think that would have happened if I was just hanging out in my basement playing my guitar like I normally do every once in a while. Or what else? I don't know, surfing the web, watching YouTube videos, that's easy. And that's another thing too, is that you'll find with like social media, YouTube, they always feed you more and more of what you want. It's like, you want this, we'll give it to you. You want this, like me, for some reason, I'm always getting videos and stuff about airplanes. I don't know why. How does Twitter know I like this stuff? Another Blackbird SR-71 picture. Cool, but it is cool. But I mean, sometimes you got to kind of break out of that, and you can physically put yourself somewhere else, and you got no choice. It's different than your backyard or different than your basement. And so that makes you notice things like the birds disappearing, or that helps you teach someone how to do a fire a little bit better. Or, and that never would have happened if you didn't take yourself with a little bit of discomfort, put yourself over here and get that change of scenery, which will stick to your brain differently. I don't know. That's kind of my thing. So I think a change of scenery is pretty important every once in a while. You also don't want to get to the point where like everything's a change of scenery. Then it just becomes chaotic. It's like everything in the world, man, yin and yang, balance. Ooh, yeah, kind of works. All right. So let's do a little camping recap here. What was I talking about? Okay. Why do people go camping? Well, I like the birds, even if they're not there. Although my girlfriend got a great shot of it was a blue heron. It's just kind of standing on this log looking at us. It was cool. And then the turtles, we only saw 2 turtles on the log, same log I took a picture of earlier in the spring. It was like, hey, that's the turtle log. Oh, there's only 2 turtles on it today, but there was like 8 on it last. I like turtles. So anyways, and you get to see turtles, you get to see birds. A lot of there was some egrets around there too, nice white birds. And there we go. So birds are cool. I don't know, YouTube and X. That's not really why people go camping, but that's what I did. And take the phone, lock it in the car. Who cares? Leave it at home. But I mean, actually, phone is good if you're going to check the weather, see if there's a storm coming in, stuff like that. Other than that, I don't really care. And light fires, lots of fires. It's for your survival. It's for your entertainment. It's for everything that makes life worthwhile. And it's always good to get a change of scenery. Keeps your brain, your neural pathways from shrinking into little interstates of highways. You want all those little rural roads too in your head. So here we go, and that is about it. And I'll just kind of go back here. I wasn't paying attention to you guys in the chat. It's so hard to go like this and go back, and and another thing too, that like if I do look at what you guys are doing in the chat, then it kind of gets me off topic. Not that I talk like not that I have a gigantic important topic to talk about much anyways, but all right, here we go. Okay, here we go. All right, Wrench has always got some good stuff to say here. He was in Boy Scouts. It's really military training. The army that attacks in the enemy's territory at 2 a.m. wins. The history of conquest. Yeah, those Boy Sprouts. That was cool if you were into it. And yeah, I tried to be a Cub Scout for a bit. I just thought it sucked. But I mean, well, whatever. I was at the time. Now it's like, I don't know. I like camping and stuff like that. What do we got here? And yeah, who was that? The guy that started up the Boy Scouts was. Oh, he wrote that book about that. But he was like a British military guy that fought in India or something. I forget the guy's name. Anyways, Lord Baden-Powell, something like that. That's what pops into my head. I could be totally wrong. I quite often am wrong here. So probably some people popped in here and oh, that's a good question here. Are you able to identify bird sounds with a phone? I don't know. I've never actually downloaded any apps or anything like that for identifying. There's like some kind of Google app that's out there now, and you just take a picture of a tree and it tells you what kind of tree it is, or the leaf or whatever. And they do that with flowers. I don't know if they do with bird songs or not. Good question, but I don't know. You do. Oh, there you go. Corey said it. There's probably an app for that. Okay. Okay, what else we got here? All right. He sports the same flat cap for the win. All right. Flat cap, brother. Excellent. Well, I got the flat cap because it was like basically to hide all the shine off the light that's over here. I'll be blinding everybody. And then it's like now that I'm like, once I turned 50, I was like, I don't know if I should be wearing baseball caps anymore, or like you're getting old. Like I'm supposed to be wearing like polyester pants and a fedora or something, like not a baseball cap, but flat caps, the precursor to the baseball cap. So it's kind of the working man's cap. Now I'm a working man. Well, not anymore. I'm kind of like semi-retired, I guess. But here we go. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna miss probably some of the questions here, but I have a really tough problem here that so many people are chatting. That's a good problem to have. Okay, and yeah, so that's about it. Okay, cool. Sweet. The wife wants Wrench to get a fedora after the Oppenheimer movie. I gotta watch that one of these days too. I didn't see it, but anyways, it's kind of that's a back in the old days. You see them like everybody was wearing their hats. So, anyways, looking all sharp. Okay, so that is about it for today. And so today's Monday. So I will be back on Wednesday because I do this Monday, Wednesday, Friday at noon Eastern. And I'm going to shut her on down. So thanks everyone for showing up today in the chat. And thank you for everyone else that is watching on the YouTubes. Thank alls of yous for watching. Bye.